we're going to take some time and discuss Luciferian magic and the Qlipoth. And I really want to delve deep into each specific sphere of the Qlipoth and explain some meaning behind it in terms of the Luciferian path. One thing we will do first is speak about what is the Qlipoth and how we approach that magically. The Qlipoth is a spiritual center. It's a mirror of the traditional Hebrew tree of life, the Sephiroth. The inverse Sephiroth is like a night-side mirror of the tree of life. And while Kabbalistic magicians have always interpreted the tree of life as being what you actually ascend through, I found through my own individual experience that the Qlipoth is more beneficial and more power-oriented in its uses than would be the tree of life. You can also balance the angelic with the demonic in the Qlipoth, where in the tree of life it tends to put you in a more one-sided perception. Something important to understand with the Qlipoth is you can be as creative as you want, or you can be as destructive as you want. And in utilizing a destructive scenario, it's generally from overuse, misuse, misunderstanding of the intent and the meaning of each sphere. So the Qlipoth is composed of essentially 10 hells in 7 places. Now 7 has significant in numerical value as being like the heads of the dragon. The heads of the dragon, the stooping dragon, has each head specifically in these hells. So the knowledge that it's gaining from this subconscious area, the spiritual dark area, is actually feeding and empowering the serpent, the dragon. So understand that the symbolism and the numerical values are important in understanding yourself and what you're aiming for. Specifically, with each of the 10 hells, you have archdemons associated with each sphere. These are more or less the deific mask or the energies that are encircled into a specific archetype or character. These specific spiritual forces are very powerful and very real depending on how you approach them. If you approach it in the theistic sense, or that you believe in spirits outside the self, then these can be wildly chaotic to someone who does not approach them or do not approach them correctly. Because if you don't approach them correctly with will, desire, and focus, then these forces can enter your mind and slowly unravel you and devour you. The flip side of that, theistically, is if you can go through these spheres and command these spirits to be a part of you, to see with their eyes, and then they see with your eyes, then you can become the very essence of the adversary. This takes time, discipline, and of course, practice and intent. If you approach it in an atheistic way, or you do not relate to spirits outside yourself, then all of these spirits and all of these symbols are mirrored within your own mind. If they're mirrored within your own mind, then they can be equally as dangerous, because those forces within yourself can always unbalance, and depending on chemical reactions and how you interpret your everyday world, can lead you to subconscious self-destruction. So understanding how the mind works and how you utilize magic in that sense, whether it's theistic or atheistic, is very important. One thing that is certain is once you move through the Qlipoth, your ideological approach of how these spiritual forces works will be very, very clear. So we mentioned that the archdemons are the deific mask, or the centers of each sphere. Some of these archdemons are mirrors or deific concepts of another type of force. So understand that some of them, while similar, may be the same in some cases. You'll approach them differently, though, in each sphere. And you do that based on the planetary associations, color, and all of your senses applied. There are also tribes connected with the Qlipoth. The tribes are very important in that they have zodiac influence, and you can seek them through the zodiac, and these spiritual forces are equally as chaotic and powerful. They're usually mirrors or results of the specific archdemon associated, and depending on the hell that you're moving through at the time. So let's first go through a couple of symbols. Hell. I want you to look at it through not the Christian aspect, but look through it through the earlier sense of the word. And hell is actually from an Anglo-Saxon word meaning heal, or to heal, or to hide and conceal. So those aspects, it's actually a place of spirits. Hades, it's a place for the dead. And all of the other words associated with that represent a place for spirits to reside. It doesn't represent a fire source or a place where things are burnt. If you go to early Egyptian magical sources, the different levels of the underworld had pits of fire and things like that, but they're not necessarily bad and you're not necessarily tormented. It depends on how you approach it. Demons are actual specific forces, rebel spirits. They represent rebel spirits. So demon comes from daimon, meaning spirit. Doesn't mean good or evil or any moralistic association. If we use demons in terms of the Luciferian path, they're rebel spirits who embrace darkness and light and make their own creative path. They don't follow the traditional right-hand path accepted sense. Demons are dangerous in the fact that they will overpower and destroy you if that is your natural inclination. If you're a self-destructive person and you don't have the control you need, they can destroy you. In Luciferian magic, the goal is to create and transform yourself into an image of the adversary, whether it's the demonic feminine or the masculine. You will explore both in that path. So understand that the symbol of magic in the Luciferian path is a word called Azothos, which means the beginning and the end, and it's encircled within the concept of the adversary. So you become the very point at the emergence of which all spirits emanate and all magic emanates. So that puts you as one and only, first and foremost.